Okay, so we have just finished the 6 rows of 4 double crochets in between the post. So you should have that completed, and when you turn it out, right side out, you can see the beautiful design and shape it's just making with the raised stitches from the post and everything, and it just comes out to a nice upside down V. So it's really, really neat. So now we're going to do single crochets, and we're going to do 4 rows of single crochet stitch all the way around. So you're going to want to grab your stitch marker or a contrasting piece of thread, and you are going to want to place it. I've gone ahead and slip stitched it here and chained up 1. So let me take my hook out, get my stitch marker, and you're going to want to place it in that area right here where you did, see, move that knot, right there where you did the chain 1 space. So you put that stitch marker right in there. So when you come around, you'll be able to see it easy, because single crochet is pretty flat. So go ahead and do 1 single crochet stitch all the way around. Let me show you how to do that. And each stitch all the way around. So we've chained, oh, I didn't chain my 1. So chain 1 and go in. You don't want to go into that same stitch. Let me come in a little closer. You don't want to go into this stitch here. And we're going to let it focus. You want to go into this next one here. So we'll go into the stitch here, yarn over, pull up a loop, so you have 2 on the hook, yarn over, and pull through both. That's a single crochet. Let me show you again. So we're going to go into the next stitch here, yarn over, pull up, you have 2, yarn over, pull through both. So go ahead and do a single crochet stitch all the way around, join it, chain 1, and do that 4 times. And then we will add the brown. Okay guys, here is the hat. I've done the edging. Isn't that a great fun project? It's so quick. It's just beautiful. Be it for a gift or for yourself. You want to go out for the afternoon and look all snazzy, you can definitely do that. Okay, so what you're going to do now is lay your hat out right side out, where the bumpy side is out, and you're going to want to put where you ended about 1 inch from the edge. You just want to eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect or anything. Nobody's going to go, oh, it's more than 1 inch, it's less than 1 inch. No big deal. So take your stitch marker or your contrasting piece of yarn and go to the opposite side and mark, put your pin in, or your yarn in about 1 inch from this end. And so I'm going to turn it this way. Now you're going to grab, I grabbed the outside of my yarn that I'm using, because on this part you're going to need 2 thicknesses of yarn to make the thick brim for the hat. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I gotta cut that tail. So that's what we're going to do. So go ahead, we're pulling from the inside of your yarn right now. So go ahead and grab the outside of the yarn, and what we're going to do is we're going to insert our hook here, and we're going to grab our piece of yarn. Actually, we're going to go down 1 stitch before we chain up. Actually, we're going to go down 1 more right before we do our slip stitch to stop the single crochet. We are going to do a slip knot in here, just a regular slip knot, just like that, and then take this out of your work, put the slip knot onto your hook, insert it into your work, and pull down, get the slack out of there. Oops. Just like that. And then now we want to go into this stitch here. I'm going to put my work behind my yarn behind my crochet. So we're going to go into that stitch, and there's the 2 on here. So grabbing both of the yarns, go ahead and pull that through just like that. And then, because it's a slip stitch, so then we want to pull that through. Pull these 2 without them slipping off. Pull these through to under here. Okay, and pull that snug. So that is how we introduce that second piece. So we're going to take that tail, we're going to crochet right over it. So now you have 2 pieces of yarn. So from where we are to the stitch marker, we're going to do a single crochet stitch all the way to here. We're going to chain up and then we'll continue. Okay, so I went down to my stitch marker, chained up one and turned, and now we're going to do a single crochet. So you don't want to go into that stitch, you go to the next one. Single crochet, the first one, and then an increase in this one, which is 2 stitches. So there's one single crochet, pick up that other one, and then do another one right in the same stitch. I'll show you that again. So we're going to do 1 single crochet and then do 2 in 1 stitch for an increase. And that next one, that's 1 and then 2. Go ahead and do this to the end and stop right there when you get to the end, and I will show you how to finish this part of this row. Okay, so we come to the end of this row. We did 1 increase, 1 increase, and now we have 1 more stitch right here. You're going to do, let me see if I can zoom in. There we go. Ooh, nice and tight. Okay, so we are going to do a slip stitch, making sure you pick up both pieces. So pull through, and then go to the next stitch over. We can drop our tail now. Go to the next stitch over, which is right here, and do a slip stitch in there as well. Okay, and chain 1 and turn your work. Okay. So now on this row, we're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way across. And I want you to stop when you get to this end. I'll show you how to fix this end. But right here, we are not going to do this stitch. We're going to go to this stitch because it just makes the hat lay a little bit flatter. So let me show you how that makes it lay flatter. Let me go over a couple. I'm going to drop the stitch. Okay, see, by skipping that stitch it makes it come up on a curve, and that's exactly what we want that brim to do. So go ahead and do 1 single crochet in each stitch across and stop at the end, and I'll show you how to go on from there. Okay, we come to the end where we did 1 slip stitch in each stitch all the way across. We come to the end where we have that last piece from the last row. Go ahead and go into that stitch and do a slip stitch in there as well. Oops, sorry, I was out of the camera there. And then there's our stitch marker from when we started. Just push that out of the way. Actually, we can go ahead and take him out. He's not important anymore. We know how far to go now. Just take him out. And then we are going to do a slip stitch right here in that same stitch that the first one was in. So do a slip stitch here. And then do a slip stitch in the next. Oops. I dropped a stitch here. Pick up that again. And bring that around and slip stitch that, and then do that 1 more time. And do a chain and turn, and we'll continue on this row. Okay, so on this last row, we're going to skip that first stitch again, just so it lays a little flatter and we get a nice roundness. So we're going to do this 1 slip stitch in each stitch all the way across. So I'll go ahead and do that. So we've gone to the end here. Let that focus for a second. There we go. So then you're going to want to slip stitch in here, which is the last one from the last row. So just do a slip stitch here, and then do a slip stitch in that bottom one right there, and then do a slip stitch in the next two. 1, 2, and pull that out and give it a little bit of a snip and just pull it out like this, and then just take your crochet hook, let that focus, there we go, take your crochet hook, and you're going to want to weave in these, or you can get your needle out and do whatever you want, but it's just quicker and easier for me just to go in here like this. That, pick this up and put it on here, and I got a text, and just hide it in there like that, and do the same thing with this. And then you will have a finished hat that you can enjoy or give as a gift. Do whatever you would like to do with it. On here, and then just pull that through. Just like that. Oh, I didn't grab that second one. So now I gotta go back and grab the second one. So then I will show you the finished product. Okay, here are my lovely models with my hats. This is my sister Mina, my mother Anne, and my niece Joanna. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
I'm going to do the zoom in on the hat so you can see the finished work. It's amazing how just changing the color of the yarn really changes the look of the hat. They have a few words they'd like to say to you.
Be sure to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up on the key below. And make sure you check out our other videos. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing something really, really good.